I think a lot of this work is the work that was done at Ajinomoto at the Bark, isn't it, in Bangkok?
Done at Bark, Thailand.
And I can't remember exactly how much these energy studies cost, but they did take time. They were expensive. They each required about 25 kilos of material, and it's really work that's been done over about a 2-year period. Well,
sorry, so go ahead. And to your defense, Horst, good friends. What I really like to point out is that a lot of it depends on the quality and how you evaluate that quality. And as I showed you in, for instance, the lysine concentration in crude protein, depending on origin, that slide from Degussa, that was not sponsored by anybody except Degussa. That clearly indicates that, for instance, Argentinian meals are much lower in lysine relative to crude protein than U.S. soybean meals. And so if you take just your average table values, you're going to have problems with chickens growing that have a certain lysine requirement, or pigs, or whatever. You understand? So it is the question of how do you evaluate it, make sure you got the right values on every ingredient. And that is, of course, the obligation of the feed manufacturer, and for him to do so and then negotiate the price with you guys.
Yeah, 2 questions, please, over here. Firstly, very good presentation. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
One is, what this means, though, as a soy consumer, is that one should select the plants that you're getting your soy from fairly carefully, based on physical characteristics of the manufacturing facility, and therefore the impact on KOH and other elements in the meal. So can we have your comment about how we go about identifying the goodies from the baddies, please? And the second one is, also becomes critical once you've identified that plant to actually know that you're getting meal from that source. And so the supply chain element in terms of ensuring that the meal that you're getting delivered to your vessel has come from the plant that you've carefully selected becomes important as well. Can I have your comment on that?
Yeah, no, I fully agree with you. I mean, the crushing plant has a large influence on soybean meal. And the challenge really is for the feed manufacturer to have the origin identified soybean meal. Now, the closest you can get to that is by supplier classification. That's what feed mills do. And I've shown you there are substantial differences. And these were Novus data, and so they are absolutely impartial. But people do that. And they will pay a premium according to which supplier they are familiar with. Now, I think the big challenge for companies, the big trading companies, the Cargills, the Bungees, and the Dreyfus and all these people, is to be able to offer the feed mills an origin identified product. They don't want to do that for very obvious reasons, because there is a logistic cost associated with that. And as long as we remain fairly small in the feed industry or have a dispersed ordering pattern, we'll never get to where we can actually sit down with one of these guys and say, okay, you deliver me 10,000 tons and I'll handle it. And then I identify the quality. Some of that has been going on, for instance, in Holland, where ships come in Rotterdam and they actually sample the ship before it gets there, and it is the collective Dutch feed industry which then splits up the cargo. But then they have the quality of the cargo. That's one way of going around. Not an easy challenge. But I think for a trading company, there is money in that, really.
Okay, I think we're going to have to wrap it up there. Thank you, Jan, for
Thank you.
Very good presentation.